What's good, Raider Nation? Raiders football is back, and so are we. Welcome to Monday Night Madness, where your voice takes the mic, the show where you don't want to hear from us, we want to hear from you. The mic is hot, so join us on screen. We are here on a Victory Monday. Can I get a Raider?
Raiders!
Football. Did we forget football was fun to watch? I kind of
Oh,
forgot football was fun to watch, but that opening drive was fun to watch. That might be the best opening drive I have seen in 20 years, okay? That was fun. We saw the offense spread it out. We're going to talk about that along with a few more of our hot takes. Before we get into it, remember, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe, and you can also become a member. And if you're playing along with us, the drinking game alert is just one, baby. 1-0, baby. So again, welcome. I'm Spicy Raider Girl here with Scotty Waddy Raider 1 and Omar. Guys, you must be feeling good after this win. A brand new team, brand new season, 1-0.
I'm feeling good.
definitely.
I'm feeling good.
Love the win. Love the win. So looking forward to many more of those.
Most definitely. Here's some hot takes for the game. Geno Smith, of course, the new quarterback. Do we have our quarterback, guys? Do you feel like we have our quarterback? Geno Smith starred in his Raiders debut, passing for 362 yards. That's not a bad debut. Ashton Jeanty, of course, the rookie running back, scored in the game-sealing 3-yard touchdown run in the third quarter. Now, the Raiders defense showed up, in my opinion. When you hold a team to 10 points, that's the defense showing up, led by standout performance, Devin White with 11 tackles. And of course, we're going to highlight this guy probably every single week. Tight end, second-year tight end Brock Bowers impressed with 103 receiving yards. Although he left the game early with a knee injury, he still managed to get over 100 yards, which to me is pretty outstanding. And of course, the Raiders outscored the Patriots 13-3 in the second half and held on in the fourth for the victory. And to seal the victory, included a clutch 36-yard completion to Dont'e Thornton, another rookie that is looking to stand out as well. We're going to get all into this a little bit later. But before we get into all of the hot takes, Scotty, why don't you give us your hot take?
Listen, it's got to be said, and I'm going to say it. We have gone into this game one, East Coast, first game of the year, new coach, new offensive coordinator, new regime, new this, the bad weather, the whole 9 yards, and nobody would have been surprised if we had lost, but we didn't. We won.
Just won, baby.
We went up in there and we won this game against every. When was the last time you saw that? Not in the past 5, 6, 7 years. That's for damn sure. The Raiders can't win in the all the things. Nope.
Well, we did go to Baltimore and win the opener last year.
Yeah, we did. What, last year, year before, something like that. But 9 out of 10, our PTSD as Raiders, everybody says, nah, we can't do it, blah, blah, blah. Nope. We went in there and look, I'm going to tell you something. We looked like professional NFL players and coaching staff.
Wasn't that nice?
Yesterday. And
it
felt damn good. It felt damn good. I loved it. I loved it. The first drive, forget about it. We looked good. Second half, but let's talk about it. How about those adjustments that were made at the half? Okay? We came back and popped off 10 points in the third quarter. Made adjustments. We didn't look great in the second quarter, but in the third quarter, we came back and we made some adjustments. Shout out to the coaching staff. Shout out to Geno Smith. Shout out to the 8 players that got receptions. And I'm talking about everywhere. Running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, balls being spread around.
Everybody.
Best, new players, rookies. Man, stop it. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll piggyback off that, Scotty. I think that we definitely saw a new look Raiders. Speaking of the adjustments, the Raiders have never really gone into the half and come back making those adjustments, which they did do. Again, to your point, everything was stacked against the Raiders in terms of East Coast team, travel, away, new coach, new GM, new quarterback, new running back, almost new team, right? Playing in the rain. Usually all of those are reasons for the Raiders not to get that win. And we went there and got it.
Yep.
So those to me are all positives. And like you mentioned, that opening drive looked like a professional football team, right? They spread it out. Every position touched it. We've got the running back involved. We've got the wide receiver involved. We've got the tight end involved. Geno's arm, like I can't remember the last time I've seen an arm like that in a Raiders jersey.
He was crisp.
It's been a minute.
He was crisp. He made 2-3 mistakes. He was crisp. He was on target. He was poised back there. He looked confident. He threw that touchdown at the first touchdown to
Trey Tucker.
And he walked away. He was like, got it. Walking to the sideline. I was like,
in the rain.
Man. All right.
In the rain.
Mic drop. Well, like I said before, this is a show where we want to hear from you. So if you want to join us on camera and give your opinion about this Raiders victory, please join us. The link is right there, and it's pinned to the top of the page. So join us. You can either appear on camera. If you're camera shy, just turn your camera off. It's all good. What's good, Raider Travis? Always Hater support. First one in the building. You know that's right, Mother Moon. She knows it. Raider Travis, I know you were loving the game because now like Travis predicted, we can still go undefeated, right? Power Raider, what's good? What's good with you, my friend? April, well. It's been a minute. What up, Spicy Baby, Scotty Waddy, and Omar? What's good, April? Come in and join us.
What's up, April?
Hey,
what's up?
Raiders. And of course, we have a guest backstage already that we are excited to invite.
Bring him in.
Hello. Monday Night Madness. And when you hear Hell's Bells play, that means you have somebody backstage. One of our regular guests, we are excited to hear from him. Arthur in the building. What's good, Arthur?
How are we doing? Can we hear me?
Oh,
yes,
we can hear
sir.
you.
Loud and clear.
Difficulties over.
Good. Hey, no worries. What'd you think about that win? Just make adjustments, babies. Your tagline there. So you must have liked what you saw.
Absolutely. Like I said, I was texting Omar during the game yesterday talking about the adjustments that we were making because, like Scotty just said, that's something we've never done. We haven't seen that in a long time. To go out there, to have that first drive, take them down the field, score, and then all of a sudden, we know the McDummy offense. He's going to script plays, and those scripted plays are going to, are usually pretty effective. We lived that hell. And then in the second half, we came out and we knew that if we got him down, that he could make the adjustments that we made. And like I said, both PG and Pete and Chip Kelly, they did what they needed to do to make adjustments in the second half. And I mean, we look great. For me, I know everybody wants to talk about Geno, everybody wants to talk about Brock, but for me, I just want to give some flowers to Michael Mayer. Brock went down, I mean, he came in, he looked good, he was blocking, he made that key catch on third down to keep the drive alive. And then same thing with the linebackers. I thought Devin White and Jamal Adams both played well after Roberts went down. It was just great to see.
I think we lost you.
We lost the video, so he'll be back in a minute. But Scotty, you want to touch on what he was saying about Brock going out and Michael Mayer standing up?
Yeah, Michael Mayer, he stepped up. I forget how many yards he had, but he was key in the whole thing too. Like I said, the ball was being spread around so well that, it didn't have to go to one person. Last year, we were going a lot to Brock Bowers. No, we could spread it around. And who does the game ball go to? We can pop off a lot of names.
But you know who we haven't talked about, though? I'm sorry, dude. My guy, Jacoby Meyer, who was in a contract dispute, manned up for his team. Caught 96 yards in this game?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about stepping up in a world where players sit out, show out, do all kinds of stuff when they can't get the contract they want. For this guy to step up, be a team player, I mean, for me, he gets my flowers for right now, man. I'm loving what he's representing right now. I hope they reward that man. Pay him, because guess what, dude? He's a team guy. He's giving something that you don't see, man. You don't see that a lot. And I hope that locker room is oozing with it right about now. now. And then I hope he gets rewarded for it too, because good behavior needs to be rewarded.
10 targets, 8 receptions, 97 yards, 12.1 average for Jacoby Myers. Shout out to Jacoby Myers. Let's go. Sign that man, please. Sign that man.
Big time. My guy. That's my guy from yesterday, dude. And another thing, Geno, man, gotta appreciate Geno, man. I mean, they were talking about Geno Smith and, you know, his performances, you know, in outdoors, even though, he did well overall in Seattle, and he came out and did his absolute thing. I mean, like I say, you got to think those passes was thrown in the rain. Hats off to all the guys catching them. You got a wet football flying around out there on wet grass. You saw guys losing their footing, but we didn't see a lot of drops. I saw more drops in what game was I watching, man? And I felt so bad for the kid in the Tennessee game against Denver. I'm sorry. I'm like, and it was dry out there. You know what I mean? At least I think it was dry. It didn't look as wet as it was in Patriot. It could have been, but I'm like, dude, I'm loving that because everybody ate. Geno, he put on a clinic. He did. He got everyone involved. So that was just amazing.
24 for 34, 362 yards, 10.6 average, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Got sacked 4 times.
Yeah.
And he did that. Our line looking shaky as hell. Well, he still did that.
Yeah. We can talk about that offensive line because it does look shaky. But let's also talk about, if we're going to talk about how bad the offensive line is, let's not forget that front 7 for the Patriots, they're pretty damn solid too.
Yeah, I'm
not making an excuse for the O-line. Don't get me wrong. I'm not making an excuse for the O-line. They got some work to do.
Yeah.
But,
I think the liability of yesterday's game was definitely the O-line. If we're gonna we want to analyze the great and we want to analyze what needs to improve, definitely that. But before we get to that, I just want to say, going back to Geno really quickly, that man looked like he had confidence. He was playing with swag. He looked like he was having fun.
Yeah.
He looked like he gelled with the players. There was a vibe there. I don't really recall seeing that in the past because the quarterback situation's been so shaky, but it looked like he just came out like he commanded. It almost like he made a statement like, this is my team.
Yeah.
And I feel confident about it.
If I could speak on that, I feel like the Patriots game plan was to stop the run, which was Jeanty because we got this brand new. And you know what? They did for the most part, but guess what? Geno had other plans. He said, okay, well, I'll just throw it then if y'all want to play that way. Got the job
they
done.
kind of had to guess, right? The Patriots had to guess because there's no film on this team. It's a brand new team. They've never played together. Jeanty's brand new. Betch is brand new. Who else? Thornton. So they had to guess. And now we have so many weapons, which is a great thing that's coming out of my mouth, right? That they had to pick and choose what they were going to guard initially.
Well, and that's where the adjustments come in because we went to a lot of play action in the second half.
Right.
And if they want to key on the run, they want to jump all over. If they want to jump all over
Jackson.
Yeah.
The Raiders definitely out-adjusted the Patriots. Another statement that I don't think we've ever been able to say on the show.
Pat Graham was licking his chops. No, he looked at McDummy. He was just like, it's on, especially in the second half. He's like, he ain't going to change shit.
Watch this
We've
guy.
seen this before.
He knew it. Shit. For real.
Patrick Graham said, hold my beer, boy.
Right? Right. We're going to make adjustments. He ain't going to know what hit him. Hey.
Oh, we got a little subtle hate coming in from April over here. The AOC fan repping is that a card jersey in that picture? She says, it's game 1. Let's talk about Geno in week 4. Well, we're going to be talking about Geno all season long, and hopefully it's series positive. So, be happy with this win. We'll look ahead to week 4, but I think this win is something that we should all be stoked about because, like Scotty said at the top of the show, there were a lot of things that were kind of, how do you say, could have been a hurdle for the Raiders.
There was a lot of people doing what we've expected them to do and look good doing. I mean, number one, when I saw Trey Tucker catch that in the end zone, We all know Trey Tucker is supposed to have been a deep threat. Then all of a sudden, you see Thornton out there, you know what I mean? And making a sliding catch. I mean, dude, he adjusted on the ball. This is a rookie. This is a rookie out there adjusted back on the ball to make that catch, dude. I was like, oh, man. So you got to think. We saw some glimpses of what development is going to make even better. When they're, you know what I mean? These guys haven't gelled yet. You know what I mean? So like I say, take what you saw and just know they're going to build on that.
Right. No, and was it just last year that our O-line was horrible the first 4 or 5 games? They were horrible.
Colton Miller struggled early on last year.
Struggled because he was coming off injury, remember? And towards the middle to the end of the season, we made those adjustments. Slow down. I got you, April. It's game 1. I got you. Some things need to change. Some things need to get fixed. No doubt about it. But this is the first preseason game right here. Let's be real about that. Because before we had 50 other guys that aren't plugged into today or to yesterday. So
All right. And I mean, if you look at the interception he threw to Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is in triple coverage, and he still had a chance on that ball. And I don't fault Geno. If you're going to give your guy a chance, especially the best tight end in the league a chance, you know what I mean? And if it wasn't that the defender did make a play on it and tip it up, and then the other guy got it. I mean, you think of a play like that and you give these guys a little bit more time, a little bit more chemistry. So the timing on that, where he knows right where that needs to be in Brock's hands a little bit better, and he can do it in his sleep. I mean, like I say, I see things like that improving. Of course, Geno is going to take some chances. He just is, and he should. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like I say, he didn't even think about that interception. And once they finally got their feet underneath them again, I think, they did what they did, man, and closed it out. So it gave me a lot to be excited for. It was just, you know what I mean? Like I say, it got a little frustrating there when we got stagnant a bit. And I was cursing the O-line out. I'm texting Arthur, man. I mean, especially when you hand out, y'all already know, I wanted us to draft Jeanty. I'm going to be pounding the pavement for Jeanty. But I'm pissed off when by the time he gets the ball in his gut, there's 2 defenders right there. Yeah. Come on. Yep. That's on Jeanty. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Bo Jackson couldn't have done anything with that. As soon as he touched the ball, you got 2 defenders in his face right there. So, I mean, look, we got to clean that up. We got to, do some things. So I'm looking forward to seeing more out of that.
Hey, did you see on Jeanty's touchdown? That boy stretched. He was tight. Yards back. Stretch that power. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, even
he does not go down on first contact.
Right. You're not going to hold him. You're not going to just hold him.
Nope.
I mean, like I said, if he got a little daylight and somebody only got arms around him, he's going to get some yards. He's getting some yards, dude. It's only when he's got bodies in front of him that are obstacles that's going to take him down. But oh, yeah, dude. I think we got a whole lot more to see out of this. And like I say, and I'm going to say out of the offensive line. I'm not going to say we got more to see out of Jeanty. We got more to see out of this line. You know what I mean? Because once they get their timings together where that hole opens up and they, because a lot of that is going to be making those line calls on what they see. So we do got, who's that? Meredith is at center now.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I think once he kind of gets an understanding of where he got to get those guards, you know what I mean? And especially because most of our runs are up the gut. We're either going by the right guard or the left guard. So it's either JPJ or what's his name that, you know what I mean? That's got to clear some of these holes. And we got to look out for a couple of those stunts. You know what I mean? Because JPJ got blew up on a stunt. It was just, I'm like, little things they got to clean up. I think I was telling Arthur, we got to do some little off tackle runs. Give Jeanty a little space, to hit that corner outside. Give him some off tackle stuff. So hopefully we'll see a lot more of that. Chip Kelly's gonna make it happen. So I'm pretty confident. Just seeing what he did on the college level, and we know what he did as a coordinator in the NFL. So I'm still excited from yesterday.
Yeah, I will say, if we are going to pick on the negative, right, the Raiders really do have to clean up the O-line. If we're all expecting Ashton Jeanty to be this breakout running back that we all have high hopes for. The O-line's definitely going to have to give him some room to run. I hate to, I hate to pick on this guy because I think he's become a fan favorite, even at the center or the guard position, which is kind of rare to say. But JPJ spent way too much time on his back yesterday.
Oh yeah, he had a horrible
Way
game.
too much time. I have not. That
He
boy
had a
was on
hard
his
day.
back more. If I was playing a drinking game, I've been a little buzzed off how many times that boy had to get picked up off his back. And I like the kid. And I wish him. I hope he improves and does well. He did move from center to right guard, so maybe that's an adjustment for him. Maybe it'll take a little time for him to kind of get into this new role here. But yeah, I think if anything, that was kind of the liability for what the Raiders had going on yesterday.
He's got the attitude. He's got the Raider attitude. He just got to get the play.
Yeah, he does. You could even see he was disappointed in himself. If you go back and rewatch it, if you didn't notice it the first time, you can see the disappointment in himself by his reactions and his mannerisms. So like me saying this it wouldn't be like brand new information to him either. You can see on the field he was disappointed.
Yep.
If we go back to last year with JPJ, he had some mistakes that were rookie mistakes. We all brushed him off, which is fine. And then he had some penalties that were rookie penalties. What I didn't like about JPJ, aside from him being on his back all damn game, is that damn penalty that they called it. It was unnecessary. He's got to be more disciplined.
Yes.
It's his sophomore year. He has to piggyback of how he ended last year and not regress to how he began last year.
Fair.
So he's got to clean that up. But again, it's all right, cool. We can say it's first game, it's jitters, it's this, it's that. But he's a veteran now. He's a veteran. You
guys want to address this right here? What's up, Alpha and Omega Forever? Glad we made adjustments in the second half. We've been talking about that. Likewise, we agree. Tyree showed up. You guys have any comments about? We've been waiting for this one, right?
Oh yeah.
I saw a little bit of it in the preseason where he has that move and he's literally will cross the backfield to chase down someone. And I'm like, I hope he can do that in a real game. And guess what? Yesterday, sure did. He got his classic bull rush. I'll take this tackle with me to grab the quarterback sack. I thought that was great. That is exactly what we need to see out of Tyree. He's not a burner off the line, but he's a strong kid. And to see him do his thing that way, to, like I say, cross that line, make the tackle, and then take a tackle with him, back him up, and grab the quarterback for a sack, I thought that was great. I was like, all right, I see you. So
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe I gotta go watch the tape again, but I kind of feel like half of that sack is credited to Max Crosby because Max Crosby kind of ran him over that way and he kind of fell. And I don't want to knock Tyree.
Did they give him a
I
half
want
sack?
Tyree. I'm sorry.
he got full
Did they
sack.
give Max a half sack? I thought did he have?
No, Max has one and Tyree has one.
Yeah. I was speaking figuratively more than literally.
Got it.
I was saying that Max Crosby was running him that way and kind of fell into Tyree. I don't want to knock Tyree because I want him to do better. I want that kid to do better, man. I was hoping last year, but one thing I will say is that when you get a sack and your job is to get sacks, that's a confidence builder. And for you to get that week one on the road, and the media and social media has been on you about being a whatever first round pick, good for him. Good for him. You got credit for the sack. That's all good. But let's try to build off of it. I'm Team Tyree. Let's go. Come on. I'm cheering for you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna knock him for it. He got it. It's fine.
Man, he got it, and like I say, he took an offensive lineman with him, so he did put them back, bro. So yeah, Max may have chased him around, but if Tyree would have got blown up, there would have been a lot more room for that quarterback to make a play. But Tyree pushed back that tackle and took him right there, and boom, guess what? I mean, but that's what you want. You want pick your poison. You want both your ends crashing down one way or the other. Max Crosby's move is to go blow past the tackle. Like I was saying, Tyree's best move is the bull rush. Hit the tackle with him. Yeah. He's just not as fast as Max. He's not going to be that guy a lot of times that's going to beat the tackle around. But hell, fuck it. Take the tackle with you, bro. I'll take it. I'll take the luggage.
Hey, and speaking of edge rushers, Malcolm Kuntz got a sack also yesterday.
And he, you know what, dude? A lot of people slipped. I'm looking forward to seeing them Monday night in our house because Kuntz tripped over his feet back there and they tossed one over him. He was on the tight end, I believe. And then we also saw Jeanty slip, and I think he had some daylight out there too. I'm looking forward to when these guys have better footing next week.
Were they slipping though? It looked like they were tripping.
Well, it's still
was wet.
It's slippery and wet. It's still your footing. Your footing gets all tripped up and everything because it's sliding around. You can't get a good grip. So, but yeah, dude. So we had 4 sacks by 4 individual defenders. So I thought that was great. You know what I mean? I think Laulu got one, Kuntz, Tyree, and Max. So I'm like, okay.
Let's do
that every game.
Can we discuss this? Well, Scotty brought it up when we were kind of doing a little pre-show talk about the defense. Let's just chat. Let us know as well. Do you think the defense stepped up, or do you think they failed? Because that seems to be kind of a topic of discussion out there in the webverse, if you will. But with those stats that you just said, 4 stats, an interception, and on that interception, Max got to the quarterback, knocked him straight on his ass to help with that. We've got 11 tackles by White, 10 points overall.
Yeah.
10 points overall. I mean, to me, that seems like a good defensive game.
Yes.
The last I checked, the New England Patriots get paid professional NFL money to play the game, and we held them to 10 points.
Yep.
And their quarterback looked good. I'm sorry, they got a quarterback.
Especially at first.
Drake
I was a little worried at first.
Yeah.
Drake made us up for a minute there.
And I'm going to go back to what Scotty and Arthur keep talking about. We made adjustments because I text Scotty, I'm worried about the defense. I was on the O-line, and I'm like, shit, I'm worried about the defense too. And then all of a sudden, the second half come, and boom. You know what I mean? And I was like, why we're not blitzing next? We start blitzing a little bit more. So I think some of the play calling helped our defense a little bit because I was like, man, this secondary needs some help. We got to improve some of this pass rush and do some things. You know what I mean? And I think making the adjustment. So I have to say I was worried in the first half, but overall the defense, held them to 10 points. We got the win. So can't complain if that's the outcome.
April says, our secondary still needs work. I think the defensive line was great, but it's always secondary BS. But adjustments were made, and it seemed better. So,
yeah.
Speaking of defense, can we talk about this kid, Caillou Blue Kelly?
Yes, absolutely.
Wait a minute here. Yeah. This kid was on waivers and makes the roster, and he looked really good.
Absolutely.
I think he got hit with a BS call. That one call on him,
terrible.
Oh my goodness! I'm like, are you kidding? And then the damn announcer said his head didn't turn. I'm like, dude, his head did turn. Are you kidding me? Because that's why I start yelling. Because maybe it turned a little bit on time with the ball, but hey, long as that head turned before the ball hit a hand, that's all I need. That's it. He turned his head. So I was pissed. I was pissed that he got that call. That, you know what I mean? I was like, that's some bullshit.
That was a tough call.
That's some old Patriot calls.
With the pick and a big time spot there towards the end. I like Palomar. I like this last year. I'm hoping he improves.
He has been. That's what I was going to say. I think we've been watching this kid just get better and better and better. You know what I mean? So, our coach, he is a secondary whisperer. So, I'm thinking with the secondary, we probably only scratched the surface because they're young. You know what I mean? I think Jeremy Chin is the veteran back there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I'm just thinking, dude, they will get better and better and better.
Alpha and Omega Forever says, our defense knows it can't be what they were last season. Max Crosby is taking it up a notch and challenging his teammates to do the same. What do you guys think? Yeah, definitely can't be what it was last year. That's for sure.
Right. And I think, as we talked about Tyree, I'm going to say Tyree has thus far looked better. He looked better. I saw him in preseason, was like, I hope he can do that in the regular season. And right now, he proved that, yep, I can do it in the regular season as well. Let's just hope Kuntz can go right. He looked like he probably can get right back to where he left off before his injury. So, I mean, the one thing we got to think about last year was a shit ton of injuries. You know what I mean? It robbed us of seeing Christian Wilkinson, you know what I mean, who's gone now. So lots of injuries. Kuntz was gone. I mean, you got to think about what was that, game 3 or 4? 4 of our starters, I believe, was gone on defense. So yeah, we definitely don't want that to happen, or we will see what we saw last season.
The third of the season, although at the point where he went out, there was like no chance, so it makes sense.
Max
but he
was hurt for what? I think Max was probably paying hurt maybe 3, 4, 5 games. He just didn't want. I think he just really did not want to give up on the season, man. He was. Right. I think he was playing hurt for a while.
Yeah, agreed.
So, yep.
Then when you start doing the math, you like go take care of yourself, fix yourself for next season because there's no coming back from this season.
Right.
How many former Raiders were on the Patriots, man? Did I hear Arden Key's name called out there on the Patriots?
I saw Chasen.
Chasen.
I was mad that we let him go. I kind of like Mac Hollins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them.
How many former Raiders are in the NFL in general? Okay. That's gonna be every team.
Yeah. The shelf life.
We haven't been super great at keeping our players, in case you hadn't noticed.
No, I mean, look, hey, the defensive line and the linebackers for the Patriots are solid, man. Landry was doing a number on us, boy.
Oh my
Landry
God,
was doing a number on us.
I was just like, okay, O-line, he's doing the same stunt. I mean, it's the same thing, bro. Pick that shit up. And we just had no answer for it.
He had 2.5 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. But like I say, you know, with that being said, with them wanting to stop Jeanty, which they accomplished, I think Jeanty didn't have 50 yards or some minimal. I don't know how much it was. But Geno stayed there poised, and he looked calm under pressure, man.
Yep.
362. 362.
Yep.
Oh, man. When was the last time we've seen that number put up?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
So it looks like there are 5 former Raiders on the Patriots roster as of the start of this season. And then obviously if you want to count the coach that we didn't really want anyway.
No, we won't count him.
Okay, we won't count him. All right. Here are the players. And one of my favorites, actually, Robert Spillane. There was an article I read about, you know, the new general manager just not wanting to pay more than what he thinks players are worth, and Spillane unfortunately fell into one of those buckets. I thought he was a great linebacker, and I thought he was a great Raider. I thought his mentality was great. I liked the way he played. I was actually really sad to miss him, to lose him. But here are some of the other guys.
And the one thing too, I really remember him being injured. No pun, Elandon.
Yeah, you know, we can give away a lot of game balls, and I'm gonna tell you, not only the players, because I give a game ball to Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, and Patrick Graham, all 3 of them.
Adjustment.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, even
who was it?
Give one to Spytek because
who was it, Scotty? I missed it. I missed somebody.
No, I said I'll give away a lot of game balls, but not only the players. I'd give one to Carroll, Kelly, and Patrick Graham.
Okay.
And like I said,
there was a conversation with Patrick Graham. Was it Patrick Graham and Pete Carroll on the sideline? I need to know what they were talking about. That was an intense conversation. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, but
something was. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but whatever. There was some strategic. Something was happening there. I would love to hear. Like if anyone finds mic'd up of that conversation, I would love to hear that conversation.
I don't know if we're talking about the same one, but I heard somebody speaking today about Pete Carroll telling Patrick Graham to do what you do and run your defense, and that he was letting him do what he does. I don't
That
know if
could
we're
be.
talking about the same thing.
That could be. It could have been just
I like
that.
it.
But whatever it was, like I said, I'm not necessarily taking it as negative, but it was very animated. Passionate.
Well,
You
Yeah.
sure Pete Carroll didn't ask him to blitz more? Because, hey, Graham, you got to be a confident man to blitz as less as his ass does. You know what I mean? Like in this league, I'm like, man, I think he calls the least amount of blitz of any defensive coordinator in the league.
yeah, he stepped it up in the second half with that though.
Yep.
Sure.
For
All
sure.
right. Remember, Raider Nation, if you want to join us, chime in on what happened in yesterday's game or look ahead to next week. Again, the link is pinned. If you want to join us, please appear on camera with us. Also, just kind of a fun fact here about Geno Smith. Smith threw for 362 passing yards, the most in franchise history in a quarterback's debut, breaking the record of Dan Pastorini, had 317, dating all the way back to 1980. So if some of you are skeptical about Geno's debut, it's been the best in 45 years for the Raiders.
Did you guys see him Geno walking off the field? He was like, okay, we got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We'll see you in Vegas. We got some work to do. And I was like, all righty then, my man.
Yeah.
My man came on business.
I think he has the championship mentality. Like, dude, he's up there. You know what I mean? He knows that he's got, he's at the tail end of his career and he wants a championship. So I think that's a great mentality to have because he's right there neck and neck with Max on the other side of the ball, who's thinking the exact same way. Is like, hey, we need to get a championship. You know what I'm saying? Anything else is just, playing. So let's hope that mentality and that vibe stays, because we definitely know that Pete Carroll and his constant competing, that's exactly what he wants to compete for. So it's already there. You know what I mean? At least, with him walking through the door that, hey, man, I coach for championships, not just to win games. So I think we got a lot to look forward to.
Speaking of, you must have seen the billboards that are up in Vegas, because that is exactly what the billboards say. It's a picture of Pete Carroll and it says compete.
Yep.
There we go. I like it.
That's it.
That's the mindset. All right, well, we're well into the second half of the show. We've got about 20 minutes left. Let's look ahead to the home opener, Monday Night Football, for everyone in America to see against the division rival, the Chargers, who looked good against the Super Bowl runner-ups, the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you guys think? Mother Moon, maybe you can pull up the stats on this. I don't remember what we predicted in this game. I don't remember what we all predicted in the first game. I can look it up as well. But what do you guys think after seeing the Raiders in their season debut? What does it look like going back to Allegiant Stadium, having this home game against this rival in the Chiefs? What do you guys think?
We have more than a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, just straight up, Pete Carroll and Harbaugh has been going at it, and I don't know the stats, but if I just think of how I feel Pete Carroll has gotten the best of those competitions, because when he was in Seattle, he won a Super Bowl. When Harbaugh was at the Niners, he did not. So, in my mind, Pete won that competition. Here they both go again now in the AFC West. In my mind, it's one thing. Slow down, Khalil Mack. It's on the O-line. If our O-line gets their shit together, we win this game. You know what I mean? Because we just do. We win this game. I think we've been talking about Geno Smith. I don't have a question whether Geno can outball or ball well enough to win that game. You know what I mean? Whether he outball Herbert or not, I don't care about the stats. He can ball well enough for us to win. So that's my thoughts.
Scotty?
Go for it. Oh, okay.
Or Arthur? Either one.
I honestly think that we're going to get the run game going. I think it's going to be one of those smash mouth games. Harbaugh loves to run the ball on his side. I think we kind of talked about the weather and the footing that we had yesterday, and Jeanty just couldn't get going. I mean, it was obvious the Patriots were trying to stop the run, and like I said, we were okay with that. We made the adjustment, a lot of play action. I think on Monday at our house, we're going to want to feature Jeanty. We're going to want to get that run game going to show that it's going to be a problem for a lot of teams this year. And like I said, Harbaugh loves to do it on the other side. I agree, Omar. I don't think that there's any doubt that Geno can't outball Herbert. I have no faith in Justin Herbert. I think he's one of the more overrated quarterbacks in this league. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't won anything, but everybody wants to keep hyping him up. So I think it's just going to be a good old-fashioned smash mouth game. It's going to be on the O-line to step up. We all know that. We saw it yesterday. And if that O-line steps up and they give Jeanty some room to run and they just give Geno some time to throw,
it's on.
Walk out of there with another 10-point victory.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right. Well, April wants the same amount of points as AOC put up against the Chargers. If AOC can put up 42 points in the first half, Geno better match that energy. So she want a 42-point half minimum. Okay, girl. I would like that too. Travis says Geno needs to chill on forcing plays in double or triple man coverage. No more interceptions, please. That has kind of been his Achilles tendon, right? He has been up there in the past with interceptions. You guys said earlier you didn't mind the pass to Brock because Brock's a baller. Like one hand catches for him are the norm. That's what we expect of Brock these days. But yeah, I actually thought that was a bad decision to throw in that 3-man coverage. But Scotty, what do you make of the upcoming game, Chargers?
It's a winnable game. There's no doubt about it. But what I do like about next week's game is what happened this week, which is we got rookies involved, and now they're like, wait, I can play in the NFL. Because I don't care what anybody says. You got some jitters. You know, that first real game coming up.
Confidence.
You know,
saw it in Betch and others, yeah.
Thornton, Bess, Jeanty. I mean, that's a lot. Brock Bowers, he's been there. He's done that. You know, Max Crosby's always hyped. He's going against a division rival. He knows this. He knows the story. So I think what we did this week is key to what we do next week. Hopefully we can carry that momentum over. We come home. Hopefully we get some good attendance in the stadium that's wearing silver and black. And
I'll be there.
I'll be there. You gonna be there, Arthur? All right,
I'll be there. Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right,
Absolutely.
Cool. But like I say, what we did this week, I think, will help us into next week. Yeah, that O-line, man, you know, you got that O-line's gotta take a big step.
Yes,
they got to take a big step. But again, Omar mentioned earlier, pick your poison. We went to 8 receivers. And they weren't all wide receivers. You know, we got something going here, man. We got something going. I don't know if we win or lose. I'm of course hoping that we win.
You remember what you predicted by chance?
I believe it is. I believe we did. I did win. Pick that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if we lose, well, hold on. Let's see how we lost.
Right. Keep them competitive.
You know, because, you know, there's some things going on in there. You know, I heard some people saying, oh, we didn't score more than 20 points. Well, we missed a field goal. That would have been 23.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I will say that. I will speak on that. I think that could be an issue. It was an issue all of last season. I'm happy with the win. I'm not complaining that it wasn't more. If they win by 1, I'm good with it, to be honest.
Sure.
However, I don't know that they can expect to win a lot of games only scoring 20 points. I mean, you saw that last year. That was an issue. Sure. So I think they do have to get the offense going a little bit more. I don't think they can rely on a sub 20-point game every time and continue to win. So I'm not complaining about this win. Again, any win's great, especially if it's 1 point or 10. But yeah, I think they're going to need a little bit more performance from their offense.
And if I can add to what you just said, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, even though I don't disagree with you at all. But you know what? I think the Chiefs scored more than 20 points last year. How many times? And they went to the Super Bowl?
Oh, they were a fluke, though. Come on, we're comparing.
I totally get it. No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm 100%.
That was okay. By the way, that was probably the worst team that the NFL pushed to the Super Bowl, and that's why you saw a blowout there.
Absolutely. So,
the measuring scale on that is a little different. We don't have the luxury of the calls that the Chiefs get. We don't have the luxury of the calls that Patrick Mahomes gets. So that's a scale I don't know that we can really base it off of. But hey, it's a valid point, and I see what you're saying.
It's
As long,
just,
hey, as long as the defense keeps holding him to under 20 and we get that, is good. That's all that matters.
yeah. And I think I counted, don't quote me on this, but I think there were 14 teams this week that scored 20 points or less. You know, and a lot of those teams won.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, we're also looking at week one, but I'm not discrediting what you said, but at the end of the day, it's also just week one also. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah, we don't want to average 20 points the whole damn season. That's for damn sure. You know, that's a hard way to get anywhere. I don't know. I think we can win. I think we can beat the Chargers.
Yeah.
I think that the bigger storyline from the Chargers and Chiefs game is not that the Chargers were better, but I think the bigger storyline is the Chiefs are worse.
Yes.
If you ask me.
Yes. And honestly, I think a lot of things the Chargers want to do.
I think the Chargers are a team to look out for, to be honest, in our division. Yeah.
Sure they are. There's no doubt about it. But they always have been. That we've always split with them or some. Yeah. They've always been a team we got to look out for.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't think it's that the Chargers got that much better. I think it's that the Chiefs got some worse.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm looking forward to? And I got to go back to the O-line, dude. Hampton versus Jeanty. Yeah. The number one running back pick and the number 2 running back pick, man. Our O-line has got to help our boy beat that battle, man. I'm serious.
But on the flip side of that, Omar, I think that's our strength in our defense is our run defense. So, I mean, if they want to run the ball, that's just playing right into our strength is our run defense. And I mean, you know, we showed it yesterday. Like, you know, we shut down Travion Henderson. We shut down Stevenson. I mean, our run defense has been our strength probably the past 3 years. So, I mean, if Harbaugh wants to try to grind it out and do that, that plays right into PG's strength, right where we're at with our line. And like I said, the linebackers, the way they played yesterday, I mean, I loved it. I was not a big Jamal Adams signing guy. When they signed him, I thought the dude was washed. And I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. I mean, obviously, Spytek knows what he's doing. And
yeah, he's balling.
I thought he balled out yesterday.
That was a Pete Carroll genius move to put him at linebacker.
Absolutely.
I mean, okay. Was that move as good as when we moved Seawood to safety?
It's definitely right on par. I mean, so far he's balling out like that. I mean, it's a big move. Like I said, I was when they signed him, I was like, what are we doing? This guy's washed. He can't play anymore. There's no way. Why do we bring this dude in? Pete Carroll's just, throwing him one last bone. And like I said, I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. He absolutely looked good. The Devin White signing I wasn't huge on. He looked nice. So, like I said, that plays to our strength. If they want to try to run the ball, they're just gonna. I mean, that's playing right to our strength with our D line and then our linebackers.
White just got to be consistent, and I think with Max Crosby there and the way and that culture that he sets for that defense, I think White is in a good situation. You know what I mean? Because that's his only knock is that we know he can play. He's played at a high level, high level. It's just that all of a sudden he didn't. You know what I mean? And it wasn't due to purple drink or anything else. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask a question to the panel here. Does it seem to you that the players have bought into Pete Carroll and his coaching system?
Oh, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's what I think is a huge
room with.
Yeah.
Because
he's a culture guy.
I'll expand on that a little bit. Yes, 100%. And we can say maybe it was different than before, but I feel like that's what we were saying week 1 of last year. We thought and then as the season progressed, we saw that change every single week. I think we saw that fall off a little bit.
Right. Well, I think the difference though is that AP was a culture guy, but now you got a culture guy, I think, who and I don't want to go too deep in that, but I think he brought in a lot more experience and a lot of other people listened to him a little bit more because he's already proven it. Unlike AP.
the word culture in this point is subjective though, right? Because we look at AP and we thought the LA Compton's Air Force wearing, Impala driving,
starter
cigar
jacket.
smoking, Raider yelling was the culture guy. And Pete comes in as the culture guy saying,
Wait, say it
I
again.
turned around USC. I won in Seattle. I'm here to compete and I'm here to win. And those are two different definitions of culture.
Well, no, it's just two different cultures, but they're still both bringing in a culture. You look at Pete Carroll, he's your high energy, compete, up 3 a.m, compete. And they all talk about that. His energy is infectious. You know what I mean? So it's two guys that have a very charismatic persona. They're different, but they're contagious. They're both very contagious. And they, like I said, they both create a culture. You know what I mean? But now you got one who can bring that. He can walk in that room and he's not only bringing culture, he's bringing a fuck ton of experience. You know what I mean? And he has a very effective coaching style that's proven. So you're talking about one person who's new, where you might have to spend a lot of your time with your culture, though still getting people to buy into the plan, where Pete Carroll is going to get that instant credit. You know what I'm saying? So, I think
I knew the general consensus would be yes. But what I think what I was really trying to say is, you had players, and I keep going back to these rookies making plays. The rookies made key plays at key times and executed them properly. So you not only have veterans out here that have been through either a rah-rah or hard smash mouth foot, whatever the style was you ever were with, you have all that coming. But you got rookies that have never played at this level, and they were part of the win. They weren't just some sideline guys. No.
They all had a much better quarterback throwing them the ball too.
Okay. That. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But they got to catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like they executed their part of the equation.
Hey, Spike,
that's where I feel like
Thornton pick for show.
That's where I feel like, look, man, it seems like the locker room really is with Pete Carroll, because it's even new guys. They didn't just get hyped up. They didn't, they were nervous. They were all these things, but they executed. So that's kind of more of where I was leaning towards when I asked that.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to compare AP to Carroll too much, because I'll say this. I hope everything that went wrong player-wise, like we were talking about the injuries on defense, does not happen to Pete Carroll. Let's just hope he does not have to go through what AP did. So far, he doesn't. He got his quarterback. He got his running back. So far, he's walking into the season ahead of where AP started, and let's hope his starters stay healthy. And I think he's going to do very well.
I mean, there shouldn't be any reason for, like we've said a million times, he's won everywhere he's gone. He's a winner.
Yeah,
he's a winner. And I'll be the first. I was like, damn, Pete Carroll, come on. But really, I didn't pay attention to the numbers. I didn't pay attention to everything. Pete Carroll was like a whatever guy. He was off to the side. Didn't have anything to do with me. But when you look at it, wait a minute.
Kind of like Geno Smith. I feel that way about Geno Smith.
Right. Yeah.
Before coming to the Raiders.
Yeah, sure. I was like, I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to him. I didn't know what he could do. I've never even seen him play a full game until yesterday.
No, for sure. So, no doubt about it. But we were clicking yesterday. Something take out that O-line, but receiver, quarterback, they were clicking pretty good there.
Yeah.
That was working.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that. I that's what I think we carry into week 2 against the Chargers. That's going to be a tough one. There's no doubt about it. It always is a tough game.
Yep.
But I think we have a lot of positives to move into that. Now the Chargers on there. Well, we beat the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs are on a decline. I think
and just to touch on that, looking forward to the game against the Chargers before we wrap up here. It's all I did predict the Raiders winning that game and going 2-2 after, if we go back to the prediction show, and going 2-0, after the first two weeks. But the Chargers are always like a toss-up game, I feel. I mean, we could lose to them one week and then, like you saw before, blow them out by 70. Like, it's such a toss-up. But with that said, I do have them winning, and I think it's an important win for two reasons. Every win's important, but this is why I think it's really important. Obviously, this goes without saying, an AFC conference game. That's huge. As of right now, every team is 1-0, except for the Chiefs are 0-1.
Wait, say that again.
Right, except for the Chiefs are 0-1. So that's automatically in week 2, that's a huge difference in the standings, right? But then also they have to travel back to the East Coast to play a very, very good team in the Commanders in week 3. And if you lose in week 2, I did predict them to lose in week 3. So you don't want to end up with that losing record. It would be nice to come out of week 3, in my opinion, with a 2-1 record opposed to a 1-2 record. That's a big deal. And to be able to show America on Monday Night Football this new team and what they can do, maybe put some respect on their name for once, because that hasn't happened. So that's important in general, just for perspective, because I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Raiders because people are so used to it. So put some respect on their name, show the America and the football fans that you can do this and you can win, and then don't lose to the Chargers in your own home. You know, you've got to protect that home field advantage. I mean, if you even want to call it that, but you've got to protect that home field advantage. So I think this, I know it's only week 2 and we're going to say settle down or whatever, but to me, this is like maybe like the biggest game of the season, because it's going to set all those things off. Confidence level, respect level, records in both the conference and overall. I think that week 2 is a huge game.
Yeah.
Ditto.
You got zero disagreement. I think you said it great. I think you said it great. I think 15 minutes before the game starts, I think you should walk into the locker room and repeat everything you just said right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, for real. Like,
Roll the tape.
And honestly, like, if there's ever going to be a home field advantage, it's always the Charger game in LA or in Las Vegas. That's when you see the most Raider fans, because they're going to travel from LA. They travel from,
and home
and everything. That Charger game usually has the most Raider fans in the stands versus any other team, because it's Vegas. So yeah, if there's going to be a home field advantage, this is the game to have it for. And I mean, the fans are going to be excited. I know I'm going to be excited, and so that place should be pretty loud and very, very Raider friendly. And I mean, it's like you said, this is the time to step up and show everybody what we're made of.
I like the new branding, Mother Moon. Just win, baby, and fight on. I like it. Well, remember, if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button. Please share this video with your friends. We didn't get any callers tonight, but hopefully you'll join us next week on Monday Night Madness. Arthur, you are always our favorite guest. You are welcome back every week. We hope that you join us more often. Remember, the drinking game alert was just one, baby. If you haven't had a drink already, you can start drinking now, even if it's just a Coke or something. We're not really encouraging drinking here. Yes, got you.
You said it perfectly, and I didn't think I could add anything, but I just saw something, and I think I can add something to what you said.
Tell me.
Getting a win week 2 on the same week that it's Eagles versus Chiefs.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, man.
0-2 Chiefs, 2-0 Raiders.
The pot. That is sweetening the pot.
Well, it's been over 20 years since the start of the season had Chiefs in last.
Man,
it's been a long time. So right now, hey, things are different.
For us to be 2-0 and the Chiefs to be 0-2, that is enormous.
It can happen.
It can happen.
It can happen.
And
this is a good point. Monday Night Football. They are Monday Night Football. Will we still be on? We don't know. Maybe we'll do a little pregame show or something like that. We'll keep you posted. But thanks for pointing that out. If not, we'll come to you, later in the week.
Definitely.
Wow. The implications are it's getting juicy. It's
getting juicy
right now.
Make those bets, everybody. Well, hey, I'm just happy to say we're 1-0 after our season debut with a brand new team. I'm excited. It was fun to watch football again. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And remember, we go out one way and only one way. Ray!